Yo, what is going on, and welcome to another episode of the Urban Pitch Podcast, the beautiful game of life, part of the Believe Network. I'm Ramsey Abushala, editor of UrbanPitch.com. Julio Monterosa, Bridget Flores, co-executive directors of Vibes in the building. What's going on, y'all?
Damn, I forgot to ask you to bring a soundboard. I'm just kidding.
I could have.
Yeah, Bridget's we got a special guest.
We've been talking about getting an air horn for a while, and our special guest. We'll let's get into the intro first, then we'll talk about this. So our special guest today, he's a DJ. You see him DJing in multiple different illustrious events. Big time soccer fan. We were just getting to a whole footy conversation. We had to cut it short, and because my man knows ball. But Henrry Rza is in the building. Henry, what's going on, man?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're
doing good.
All right. Yeah.
Doing good. Yeah.
Can't complain, me. I'm getting back from Vegas, so.
Yeah.
He's still in Vegas mode.
I know.
Still in Vegas mode.
So Julio and I were in Vegas over the weekend for separate reasons,
No.
but we didn't go together.
Definitely.
Yeah. So we didn't even get a chance.
I went to get married.
Yeah.
Real
quick.
They were both in Vegas, but it was two different experiences.
Yeah,
He was
but
telling me right now he's recovering.
yeah. So I was recovering, both from a physical, mental perspective, as well as the financial, because it was
It's expensive, yeah.
a big chunk out of my wallet over the weekend. But
Ramsey went for a bachelor party, which I felt like I went because I went for a soccer tournament, but I had all the bachelor vibes.
Yeah, he was telling me this story. I was like, damn, your weekend was wild on the mob.
Yeah, honestly.
No, but it was cool. I don't know if I'll do the whole Vegas thing.
Yeah, you can only do 48 hours in Vegas. After that, it gets annoying.
Yeah.
How much more drinking can I do?
Yeah. But back to what Bridget was saying about the soundboard. We've been talking about getting a soundboard. How many years have we been doing this now? We've been
going on our third, fourth.
This is our
maybe third, fourth
year.
into
This is our going on 4 years doing it, and probably Bridge, you were on what, the second episode?
Yeah.
As a guest.
The first, right? Or the second?
I don't remember it, but it
Very
all blends
beginning.
together. Yeah, she was on one of the first 5 episodes when we did it. We were both back at the old studio. Bridge was originally a guest host, and she would come on, sporadically, and then we brought her on into the fold full time.
The people were like, "Bring her back. She was so cool."
Yeah.
We had 0 comments at the time.
0 views. It was me. Fake account.
Yo, bring Bridget.
She's so cool.
It was like Bridget, Rivas, Bridget, Flores, Rivas, Bridget, and the whole combination of all her names. It's crazy.
Yeah, but we're still
trying to get a soundboard.
trying to figure that.
Yeah, I think what is Joe Budden?
Yeah, I need that.
Yeah.
It's the thing is they don't trust me, especially with it. Cause they'd be like every
He's
5
probably
seconds.
hitting it
We pay per air horn.
Yeah. I'll run it up.
We'd be racking up a nice little debt right there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But as a DJ, because the whole Funk Flex has he's the overkill type. How do you mix that in? What?
Well, there's different type of DJs. I'm not too vocal on the mic. Mm-hmm. There's other DJs that are. There's some that use a lot of what do they call it? Just air horns, all the effects and stuff. I use an air horn here and there, but I'm more just mixing and blending. But there is different people that talk. Everybody has their own thing, and that's what makes everybody unique. Cause DJing is so
different.
It's so different. Everybody you get an experience with every single DJ, every single genre. The dancehall DJs, the Jamaicans are talking all the time. The Mexican cumbia one's the same thing, but house DJs don't really talk. And it's just it just depends genre, the scene, and I'm just kind of I just like to blend and do my own thing.
Because this the whole thing is if you don't notice you were there, then it's a good night. Do you subscribe to that
yeah, because I'm kind of shy, so it's cool if I'm just don't pay attention to me, just listen to the music. But I have a DJ that I like a lot. His name is Moody Man. He's from Detroit. He does disco and stuff, and he did this thing for Red Bull where he's I just want to be in the background and let the music talk. And I kind of approached that when I started, and it was going well for me. So I just kind of stuck to that, but I'm trying to be more comfortable on the mic.
Today's episode is brought to you by Bet Online. Bet Online continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your #1 source for online betting in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, Bet Online is your ultimate game day companion. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, college basketball, to NHL and UFC, Bet Online is the #1 betting source for the new year. From touchdowns to three-pointers and hat tricks, Bet Online has you covered on every game, every play, and every win. Bet Online, the game starts here.
So we've had other DJs that we had that have hosted events at Urban Futsal. The location had like DJ Petrix, more of a scratcher, like
and then there's like scratchers. Like scratching is hard, and I'm learning right now. But oh my god, scratching is like hard. It's not that it's hard. It's just so much practice. And then once you get to like a venue, you get kind of nervous because
your hands get shaky.
Yeah, you get shaky a little bit. And then there's like vinyl DJs, dude. Like I have with my friend Marianne. She does like vinyl nights, and that's hard. Like the vinyl, like DJing is just like everywhere now. Like it's so what is it called, accessible?
Right.
Like everybody's doing it now, and that's another thing too. Like you can tell who stands out now because everybody's doing it. But like there's sometimes where I walk into a spot and I'm like, damn, who is this? Because there's some really good DJs out there, and just out of nowhere, like you're just popping up. I also think social media, not social media, just the internet helps a lot. Like dude, YouTube is like, you can find so much music that in the 80s, 90s, you would not have access to because you got to buy physical media. Now you could just look up and like dive into holes, and I like that a lot. But it also makes it where it's like oversaturated.
Right.
Yeah.
What are the key traits that when you hear like, oh, who's this DJ? What do you
mixing for sure, song selection, and how you can read a crowd. Because you can be the most technical DJ ever, but if your selection is like not, you're just kind of just like, you know. Yeah. And there's also DJs that is like, I play for myself, which is good. I feel like as a DJ that's really good, but sometimes you do have to give the crowd like.
I'll be that DJ. I'll be play for myself. Whatever I like, y'all better like.
You're gonna like it too. Yeah. But also genres matter too. Like I feel like house techno, it's like if I give you something that you haven't heard, it will blend easy because it's like. You know, people are not really listening to like lyrics and stuff. But if you're gonna do like a perreo reggaeton, you have to like heavy hitters.
Right. You gotta hit them with the classics.
Yeah. So it just depends. I feel like it also depends the gig. There's also like gigs that I do for my friends that is like art shows. I just play whatever I want.
Right, because it's more of an
accessory. People are not there. Like I'm not.
Because you're there to do your thing.
I'm not the focus.
Right.
I'm just the background. So it just really depends on like what it is specifically.
Yeah. When we have Vinny a while back, he mentioned something similar to where it's like there's songs that he wants to play. Yeah, and you know he's a radio DJ, so it's even more so. Like, you have to play for the audience. But even on like events when he's doing, I think what was the song he said? Was it the Faruko song? Yeah. Where like it was before it kind of became.
He was at Treehouse DJing.
Oh, the Pepa? Was it Pepa?
Pepas, yeah. So it kind of has the slow build into it, right? And so like, people weren't really familiar with it, so they didn't know what it was. So it's like,
but that first drop is crazy.
Right. Yeah.
Because I turned 21 when that like song just came out. So I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, this is crazy. Like the build up and everything. Yeah. But that was for sure Faruko.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
You go ahead. I forgot what I was going
to say. See, that would have been a perfect.
I know a little.
I was just gonna ask. So, like, what got you into DJing? When did you start DJing?
So my uncle used to DJ, but he used to do it off like discs. Like it was like disco. And he would just do like música, like duranguense and stuff. That was my uncle. And then, what was it? I was like in high school when I started messing around with like beat machines. And I wanted to produce music. I was a big hip hop head. I still am. Like I love hip hop to death. And that was hard, like, cause I was trying to be like a snob and like do it like vinyl to sample beat machine. That's a lot of work, you know. And I moved to San Francisco for work during COVID, and I couldn't take all my stuff. I just bought a little DJ remote, and I just started doing it wherever like my company was paying for my hotel or whatever. And then I moved back to LA, and I was just like a bedroom DJ. And I don't know where my friend Juliana, I know you know Juliana. She does Ambiente with me.
I think maybe
you might have met her at the baby thing. But she's been my friend for like 10 years. And she, out of nowhere, she's like, I'm going to do a runway show. Do you want to DJ? I was kind of drunk. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then like 2 days later, she's like, are you serious? Like, would you do it? And I was like, yeah, why not? And that was my first time playing for like a crowd. And it just hit really well that people just started like hitting me up after that. And like, it wasn't even like I wanted to do this realistic. It was just like it happened. And I've always been into music. Like, I feel like I pull a lot of it, like what is called influences from everywhere. So I was able to keep up. Like, she wanted like funk, she wanted hip hop, she wanted punta. So it was just like that. After that, it just blew up for me, all genres. And then I kind of started making my own connections, like talking to certain people. And now I'm where I'm at, and I feel like I can get bigger. So we'll just see what happens in the next year.
You do weddings?
Oof.
You do quinces?
I'll do a quince. I love
Yeah?
quinces. Yeah. Weddings is hard though, dude. It's just requests all night.
Right.
Yeah.
They do a lot of requests.
Yes, dude. That's like a 15. A wedding is just like people request.
Wedding advice for you guys: put $20 in the DJ's pocket. He'll pay whatever
you want. Yeah.
20 per song. 20 per song.
Yeah. But yeah, weddings is sometimes it just depends too.
Gotcha. All right. Okay. Yeah,
You gotta wait till the DJ gets drunk. Offer him shots all the time. When he gets drunk, he becomes your best friend. Whatever song you want.
Yeah.
At that point, it's your party.
Right.
It's your part at that point. Yeah.
You're the one running this.
Yeah. Look at me. I'm the captain of the ship now.
And what about like your DJ name? Like, how did you come up with that?
Well, do you know who Wu-Tang Clan is?
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. Yeah.
So
That's what
Rza
you-
was my favorite producer, and then I put that like in middle school. Then in high school, people just call me that in the hallways, and I was just like, oh, it's catchy, kind of. It's stuck. I've been wanting to change my name for a while, but it's like it's already there. So I'm just like, I'll just keep it for now. We'll see what happens. Well, my event name, Ambiente Central, that was gonna be my DJ name.
Okay.
And then we just decided to make that the event name, and now this is where we're at.
And it goes really well. Like Ambiente Central,
Yeah.
I feel like that
Yeah.
is a very strong
It's-
definition of what you guys do.
It's really like it fits exactly. So that's why I was like, we'll just keep it at that, and I'll just see whatever else I could change it to.
That's dope.
So, what part of LA are you from? In like middle school, high school, did you go?
Well, I am from South Central. I'm on close to Watts. I went to you know what Edison Middle School? It's on Hooper.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Do you guys know Fremont High?
Yeah.
That's my home school, but it's a little rough. So my mom didn't want me to go there, so I went to high school in Highland Park.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so I would bus it every day for 4 years.
You were right. Well, I played soccer for Manual Arts. I went to Manual.
Oh, you went to Manual?
Yeah, I went to Manual.
Oh, okay, for
So,
sure.
yeah.
For sure. Yeah, a lot of my homies went to
Yeah.
Fremont. They won a championship with Fremont.
All right,
Yeah, a
for
lot
sure,
of people. Yeah, I used to play a lot at Ross Snyder. I
Yeah,
played for like
definitely.
Panteras, Olympia, Laguna, all the little clubs.
Lean, so yeah, like,
Julio be knowing.
like, that's where I grew up playing.
Yeah, Ross Snyder, yeah, with the Nike field and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
So I'm gonna give my age, but that when the Nike field first got donated there, I was one of the original players there that played in that field, and they had like a little Nike little commercial they filmed with a little
really?
Nike freestylers.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I was in the field when that.
Oh,
when that
shit.
commercial
The one
was
that trips and falls in the video, that's Julio.
The one I made trip. I made somebody trip and fall. Yeah, that was me. The
You ruined the whole take. You had to reshoot it.
Like, dude, he's a pro. I'm like, I'm just a kid. I'm sorry. Get your skills up.
Yeah, Ross Snyder's been there for a long time.
Long
I used to watch my dad play there a long time ago, and then I played there for a while.
So,
Yeah.
Been there a few times. I'm
So
not
you-
gonna name names, but yeah.
Did you grow up playing like through high school?
Yeah, I
or-
started playing when I was like 7. I just kind of quit after high school. I was a keep because
he's a keeper.
Oh, that's
He's like,
yeah. I
that's
was
it.
keep. I did play a little bit of club, but like after a while, I was just like, I'm not gonna go pro. I was just kind of doing it for fun. I do love soccer though, so I would still play. And I played a bit after high school, but then after that, I just kind of stopped.
Yeah.
But I'll play more at Goals Soccer
Okay.
Center. I'll go to the one in Southgate. That's where I play a lot. Yeah.
You still play keeper there, or do you get on the field?
I'll play keep.
Yeah.
I playing keep on those fields. I feel like it's harder because like the ball doesn't go out.
No.
It hits the
Right.
wall
Yeah.
and you have to get back up. That was
Yeah.
rough. I played a 7-on-7 like tournaments there for a long time. That was rough.
Yeah.
It was fun though because it was like you're always like busy. Because as a keeper, it can get boring sometimes.
Yeah.
Like you're just standing there and it's just you get cold. You don't want to dive anymore. Yeah.
Sit down, you read a book.
But I like goals a lot. I like playing keep there. It's really
Yeah.
really fun. I like the bigger field though, the 7-on-7.
Yeah.
The 5-on-5, I don't really like too much.
5-on-5 is like it's more like positioning more than reaction.
Yeah, I feel like our 5-on-5 also you don't really need a keep. You know, I'm not too good with my feet if I'm being honest. But I feel like 7-on-7 is better.
Yeah.
It's better for keep.
Ramsey was a keeper too.
Yeah, so I mean not growing up, but this is like converted. So when we're playing the base, did you ever go to the base, the urban futsal?
No.
So when we had that facility and I was working there, I was
Uh-huh.
like, I might as well play.
Yeah.
And I'm just like backwards with my foot coordination. So it was similar goals to like size wise as lap or goals. Where it's like a small, like literally like my wingspan was the length. So I was okay at that. And it's just like getting up and moving and and then when I started playing from there, it was like a lab 5, which is kind of similar to goals, where it's like, the ball stays in, and then normally like after a shot it goes out, and like you can like kind of reset. But at those, it's just
Nah,
like
you just gotta get up and keep going.
Yeah. So you gotta really stay into it. And everything.
Yeah, and then some like they'll shoot the ball so hard right in front of you. Oh, dude, it gets rough sometimes.
Yeah,
What did you play?
I was a right back. I was a right back in college.
Oh, right
so
back.
yeah.
What college?
I went to Arizona Western.
Shit.
And yeah. We won a state title there. Not to brag or anything.
Nothing.
Nothing light, but yeah. No, but that was
Some
about.
light.
That was 15 years ago. I was just looking at pictures. Friends sent me. That was 2010. Like, so it's crazy now that our program was a small program.
Yeah.
And now they're like in national finals like every other year. So it's great. It was like a small, like if you've seen Last Chance U. Yeah. Like, all right. So like the first 2 seasons, there's a school that loses in the national title game. That was Arizona Western. That was my school.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I grew up playing right there, Ross Snyder, Lindsay, 41 in San Pedro. Freaking was it Bret Hart Elementary right there, for 91st and Hoover, like,
There's also that other middle school that has the turf field with the bridge. I don't know what you're talking about. It's on Western, I think.
So yeah, I grew up playing all over LA, but I was playing when they were still dirt. Now like turf is
Turf
crazy.
everywhere.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
hate turf though, dude. Like
It's bad for your knees.
It's just your joints in general, and then also like the little black stuff gets
Oh,
in
yeah.
your knees and it starts to
Pebbles.
burn.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Also,
I
like
hated that.
especially goalkeepers, they did a whole study that
Dude,
because they're diving all over the place
Yeah.
and they inhale it, and so it gives them like all kinds of problems and
Just let them score.
That's crazy.
yeah. How bad do you want?
Also, turf was weird because like if the ball caught like a weird rhythm, like it was just like
Start skipping.
I hate it.
Like you have to start considering the field
Yeah,
during
and then
plays
and then when it
because of the impact.
rains, it gets nasty. Yeah.
Yeah.
The lucky thing about Arizona, like it's so hot out there, so most of the fields are not turf; they're all grass. So it was amazing. It was fun.
Well, that's a
Yeah.
benefit.
Yeah, that's good.
So going back to your start in music, like you said,
Yeah.
you're like a kind of a hip hop snob.
Uh-huh.
Like what type of snob are you talking about? Are you talking about like, like forget this mumble rap, like this is real hip hop type stuff, or like underground, like what?
Joe Budden, mood music, like 1, 2, 3, and 4.
I feel like I would just appreciate a lot of music in general. I feel like when I really got into hip hop, it was through my stepdad. He gave me like a bunch of like West Side Connection discs and stuff. So I liked all that stuff. And then I started really getting into it during like the blog era. I don't know if you know like that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Nah Right,
Hip Hop DX.
Two Dope Boys. Like,
That's what I was like on all that. Anybody that drops, it was like Currency, a lot of Pro Era, like Joey Badass.
Yeah,
and all
okay.
that. That was like what I like. Kendrick, dude. I'm from South LA, so
Yeah.
he was coming up. Like that was like all the buzz I remember. And then the Watts, they do like an annual Christmas show.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
like
yeah.
3 minutes from me.
Oh, okay.
So
Nice.
I went to like the first like 4 or 5. And yeah, that's what I meant. I just like listen to anything. If it's good, it's good.
Right.
I'm just not a Drake fan for sure. I've never have been.
Okay.
So is Ramsey.
Yeah.
Just likes Drake.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've tried to be like amicable about it and be like like I respect that he has his position and all that.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like the vindication is kind of there, and I don't like to rub it in, but like it's like it feels good.
It feels really good.
Yeah.
Really good, dude. Especially being from LA.
Yeah.
So how did you get to like exploring more like different types of genres after the hip hop?
Well, I feel like I got a lot of influence from both. So my dad is Salvadoran, so with his family, like it was just like cumbia, salvadoreña. My madrina's from Honduras, so a lot of punta, a lot of Caribbean music. And then my dad didn't like cumbia. My dad was more like a reggae head, dance hall, and reggaeton. Yeah, my dad hated cumbia. He's just like, I love dance hall. So my dad loves dance hall. And also because a lot of my Salvi side, they're like from the DMV. So I don't know if you know about the DMV, but it's very Caribbean out there. So my dad got a lot of influence from out there, and he brought it out here. And then my mom's Mexican, so from Durango, we just get a lot of like the northern stuff. But she also grew up with like the reggaeton. That was her little era, the reggaeton, bachata. And my parents are young, dude. Like I was there like in the LimeWire, all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
My parents would that was how they would do all
on
this
that?
stuff. Yeah.
Your parents were on LimeWire.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would ask my cousins to bring CDs.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, my dad just had folders in his car.
Yeah.
So I would just pull like influence from like everywhere. Hip hop was more like something I got when I was like 10, 11, but everything else I already knew growing up. So like when I started DJing, I was like, I want to do something I'm comfortable with. So that's why I started doing all the Latin stuff. 'Cause it's easy. I feel like when you grow up with that, like,
Yeah.
it's just easy.
Especially with the amount of variety you had growing
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, and it's
You
just
have
like,
that.
and it's good to like mix it and stuff. But you know, you think you're good until you hear somebody else that can do it like better, and you're like, oof, you gotta step it up,
Yeah.
because people have like deep cuts, bro. I don't know if you guys know who JQ is. You know,
Salvadoran DJ,
DJ?
yeah.
Like,
He-
he's crazy. Like,
yeah, I met him at an LAFC game. Yeah.
yeah. He's like, if you're talking about like DJs, I really feel like embody like this is JQ for sure.
And he also posts a lot of his mixes on
Yeah,
social media.
dude, like Raul Alejandro has like reposted him.
Oh,
like,
no
he's
way.
crazy. Like, he's a scratcher. Like,
What
he's
is
a
it that makes him stand out to you?
Oh, he just technically he's good. His music choices is good, and he also makes edits of songs. So like, there's some songs that don't have an intro, so it makes it hard to DJ. He will rework it to make it work for him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So JQ is just a crazy DJ in general. Yeah, but yeah, I just pulling influence from. I'm also from South Central, dude. Like, I grew up with mainly black people and Latin people, so I just would get a lot of funk. I mean, I went to school in Watts for a bit too, so a lot of funk came from there too.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of pulling from everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a coincidence that, you know, half your family's from Mexico and Durango, and her family's from Durango, and then the other half is Salvadoran, and he's Salvadoran. So
Are you full Salvi?
Full Salvi, mom and dad.
What part? So
San Vicente, Pastepeque.
my dad's from. He was born in San Vicente.
Oh, so yeah, so my
You're
family-
literally half and half.
So yeah, so San Vicente, and I have family in the DMV as well.
Yeah.
Sprinkle all over the East Coast.
Yeah, dude. I
Yeah.
feel like Salvi's are either in LA, Houston, DMV, and Miami.
Yeah.
That's kind of it.
It's crazy. Yeah. But there's like a bigger dairy population in Miami, which I found
Yeah.
crazy how that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of Colombians out there too.
Yeah.
A lot of just
It's an hour and a half
Caribbean,
flight.
South Americans.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. So we're the co-director of Vibes. This is literally the executive director of Vibes.
No, but just talking about your parents' like choice of music. So
Yeah.
you just DJ'd an event. I was there at the Ambiente Central where Nando Boom was there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, so I love Nando Boom.
Yeah, because like it's the parents put you on when
My
you,
dad put me on
Yeah.
that when I was like, and when my mom found out we're bringing on the boom, she was like, "What?" Like,
When I go.
yeah,
How
no,
did
my
that
mom always
happen?
comes. She always comes.
Alright.
So we, the guy that runs, it's 3 of us. So it's me, my friend Juliana, my friend Adrian. So Adrian takes care of like all the back stuff. I'm just like in charge of DJs, and Juliana's like more of just, she directs everything as
Yeah.
a whole. And he was like, Adrian asked me, he's like, I think it'd be crazy if we brought like a Panamanian artist. Like, and we were like, Nando Boom is a good start, because we wanted to do, I don't know if you guys know who DJ Flex is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He changed his name. It's
Oh,
like Quiero,
yeah,
whoa,
yeah,
whoa, like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like
He's a little
Yeah.
pricier, so we're thinking about him later.
Okay.
And then, but Nando Boom was like doable, and we made it happen. It was so much work, but it happened.
You were there at that one?
Yeah, I was there. It was the last year. So just a little context what that party is. Ambiente Central is basically a Central American party. It's crazy how they have it have it the display and everything, how Central American is. They have all the flags. They play a lot of the music we grew up playing in house parties. So
Yeah.
Punta, cumbia, all that type of stuff. So it's great. It's like
Yeah.
it's like, and there's a lot of Central Americans there in the first place, and it just reminds you of going to one big house party without the tios and tias and just younger people. So
Yeah.
like,
Well, you guys are now the Tios. and
I'm a
Tias.
Theo now for sure.
You're
shouldn't
for
be there.
sure.
My knees are hurting the next day. But it's like a fun. I enjoy going because it brings me back to my childhood. Just
No, that's
seeing,
good, man. That's good to
Can you
hear,
share
yeah.
a little bit about like how Ambiente Central originated?
Yeah, so me and Julie, so Juliana's half Honduran, half Mexican.
Okay.
I'm half Mexican, half Salvian. Like, you're from LA, like, the Mexican stuff is everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, it's everywhere, and I love being Mexican, but, sometimes you just kind of, like, want to see a little more representation. It's nice to see. And, like, I would go to cumbia events, and they were not playing, like, Sonora. They were not playing, like, they were dropping, like, an Aniceto song, and that's kind of it. And I wanted more, because this is what I grew up with. And there's not a lot of punta, and people can't do punta well.
No, it's hard.
Like, it's hard to do punta well. And me and Julie, we just kind of got together, and we were like, let's see what we can do, just kind of highlight that side of us. And in a year, we're about a year in, and it's gotten so big because people are just trying to, like, oh, this is like, I don't hear this music. Like another big party in LA is, you ever heard of First Friday?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of
So that's a really Mexican event, I love.
Richard runs that. Richard runs that.
do not run that.
You
Have you heard of that?
we was at the last event too.
We sure was.
Yeah, that was really fun. Yeah, so
Damn, like I stopped going out.
and First Fridays is really fun, but also like you don't hear no punta, you don't hear
Right,
any,
right.
like Salvi specific cumbia, even like reggaeton is not Panamanian reggaeton. Like reggaeton is very like Panamanian reggaeton is very different than Puerto Rican reggaeton.
Right.
So that's what we try to highlight, just like all those specific like types of genre. And then it's cool because, you know, you see people from Belize pull up, and like I feel like a lot of Belizeans that have told me they're like, I don't really feel like this is the first time they've came, and they're like, this is fun, this is nice, you know. We don't have a lot of Costa Ricans in LA, so none really pull up. Nicaraguans, we do have some, and they come and they're like, this is really fun. Another thing that's nice too is like it's like intergenerational. So it's like grandmas coming with their mom. Like there's daughters and their daughters, and that's what's really fun. Like seeing like you come with her. Like my mom comes with me, and my mom's not even salty, dude. She's just like, this is really fun.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, the easiest place to play fantasy sports. You can use our code URBANPITCH, that's one word, no spaces, to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. We're going to start playing the Pick'em game, where you can make picks on your favorite players and teams. All you have to do is pick whether they'll go higher or lower than their expected stats, and we'll share our picks here and on our social media channels as well, so you can play along with us. Let's make watching sports even more fun with Underdog Fantasy Sports.
But I think that's also what your event captures, is the fact that now there's been a lot of progress, but in Ambiente Central, because I've gone, I think once, right? I went. No,
you went twice already when they had it at the warehouse, and when they had it.
That's right.
On 4th.
So I've been to 2 of them.
Yeah.
And I think being Mexican, I think what I really appreciate is that I get to see more of like the Central American vibes and community come together, and there's also Mexicans that are supporting that and also vibing to that.
Yeah, a lot of
big Latino party. Basically.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, some people on our team are like Mexican, but it's just like they know like we're having a certain. There's some like they're photographers and stuff. They just help us because they've been friends with us. But yeah, it's cool to see, you know, and we. In the beginning, we did hire a couple like Mexican DJs, but then after a while, we're like, all right, we're just trying to steer it this way, and we've stuck to like the whole Salvi, it's Central American in general.
They even had Cihuatan one.
Yeah, Cihuatan always helps us out. They always give us alcohol. Cool. Yeah, Tony, shout out Tony.
Yeah, cool friend of mine.
Shout out Tony.
Shout out Tony.
See what's on the liquor. See what's
we hosted a party and see what, and he basically provided the liquor for it. So shout out to Tony.
It's good. It's good rum.
Yeah,
I like it. Yeah. I don't like the gold one. I like the clear one.
I like the gold one. I like all type of alcohol.
That one's
rough. That was some dark liquor.
Nah, man.
Like I love my ladies.
Dark liquor is rough, man. I can't do dark liquor too much.
No, me neither.
Me neither. I still do anyways.
I still do it. I know I shouldn't.
But at
this point.
Especially once you like 2-3 shots in, you don't even care what color it is.
Green, white, yellow, don't matter to me.
and that got you guys into the Salvadoran Heritage Night for the Galaxy too.
Yes.
Right?
Oh yeah, the Central American Heritage. That was fun. Like that was like honestly like my like tipping point so far. Like that's even like the highlight. Like my dad came. I used to go to games with my dad, and he came. That's the first time my dad saw me DJ too.
Aww.
So, that's amazing. Yeah.
And
he was
in
like,
a stadium like that.
At the stadium, he was like, and he finally got it. He was like, all right, Fisher. Yeah. So it was good to see.
I was at that game as well.
Oh, that
Were
game.
You though?
I was there physically.
What songs did he play?
I remember like I got up to like the AMX club where,
the club
where you were housing, and they're like, dude, you gotta go home. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm way too drunk right now.
Nah, yeah, I got a little smacked at that game.
Yeah, but the thing is like, all right, so being Salvadorian, even though LA is big, it can get small. So like running into the same people over and over, like they want to give you a drink, and you can't say no because that's rude. So by the time the game ended, I was smacked.
You were gone?
Yeah, one eye here, one eye there. It was crazy.
Yeah, nah, man.
Did we call you? Did we try to face
You for sure called me. And I wasn't even there. Yeah, I saw you on the FaceTime and I was like, oh, he's done.
It was a fun game too. Who did they play? I forgot who
they
played, man.
It was a good game.
Did they win? Did they lose?
I don't know. I won the slot that
day. You both won.
Yeah, we won that day.
But so talk about like how that got set up and then the experience of actually doing it. And all
so
that
shout out to Steven from Africa.
Yeah,
he's the guy that got us in, man. He's been helping us a lot, and shout out to them for sure. They're helping kids in Central America just off Pupusas. Like it's crazy. Like Pupusas with a purpose is such a good like slogan. And shout out to him. He got us connected. Through him, we did Angel Stadium already. Hopefully Dodgers happen soon. And yeah, he's just putting out for us. He's helped us a lot. He's connected us to a lot of people, like these people called the Bayuncos.
Yeah, I love Bayuncos.
Yeah, shout out to them. He connected us to them. So he's like our bridge, really, like to like everybody that, because we had our own thing going, but when we met him, everything just kind of like was like more fast paced. Yeah. Shout out to Steven. He's the one that set that us for.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of good stuff for a
dude.
while. They won like a charity of the year with LAFC a couple like a while back. I remember seeing them
dude.
just,
shout out to Steven. Like for real. I love Steven.
Yeah. And then once you actually got the opportunity to be there, like what was that like for you?
It was surreal, I'm gonna be honest. Like in the beginning, like we opened up and it was cool. Like, you know, people are dancing and stuff. But like once we got to the top, like everybody's rushing in after the game, and people are like I said, seeing my dad, like finally seeing me DJ, he's like, yeah, I get it. My grandma was there, so that was like, it was just like a, what is it called? Like a
full circle
moment for me. Like I used to go there as a kid.
Are you a Galaxy fan too?
Ooh, so
hot take.
Yeah, hot take. So I was a Galaxy fan for sure, and then I feel like once they got Beckham, they kind of forgot about, because they had a huge Central American following for a long time. Yeah. I mean, you had Cienfuegos there, you know, what is this? Pescadito Ruiz. A lot of Central American. Pando, yeah. And then they got Beckham, and I feel like the identity kind of changed.
Yeah, I brought that up before. Like, once they brought Galaxy, they forgot about being like LA's team, and they wanted to be the world's team. So they stopped like worrying about the Latino market, and they wanted to be global. So they brought people from Portugal. They brought England. So
and I feel like the Beckham signing is what kind of set that forward. So I kind of lost interest in the MLS for a while after that. But then LAFC came around, and they were just doing a lot for the community. And obviously they're like down the street, not down the street, but they're
close enough.
Yeah. So I kind of like started leaning a little more towards them. But it was more like, I'm just kind of like in between it. You know, for me, like MLS is not so serious compared to a lot of other teams I like support. Like I'm a huge Chivas fan. Like I'd never wear an Atlas jersey or an America jersey like ever. But LAFC, Galaxy, it's kind of like, you know.
So what separates MLS from like Liga MX?
I feel like MLS for a long time. I mean, it's Liga MX. I feel like I have more memories like attached to it. Like there's goals I remember like from a long time ago that stick out to me. MLS up until recently, they didn't have moments for me where I was like really excited about, you know? Yeah. And it's just more so because I feel like the soccer was behind, because it was. It's
caught up now though.
It's caught up now, and I feel like it's only a matter of time before they surpass like Liga MX. Liga MX is just, they have the money, so it's always going to be an attractive.
And the history.
The history, you know? But also for that reason, they just forgot about. That's another topic too. Like they forgot about Mexican players. The Mexican team is.
But the thing about the Mexican Liga MX is like, if you can make $1 million in Mexico playing, and
that's why
live comfortably instead of going to Europe, and
that's the mentality.
Making 100,000 and still fighting for a spot, and people, Europeans feel like Northern Americans, like when they come, like Mexico, people from the U.S., like they think we're less than them in the soccer space.
Oh yeah, for sure, you know, and that's why I feel like it's just a mentality thing. Aside from that, you know, like. I feel like the Mexican team, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a lot of change. It's just a lot of corruption, I feel, and also. So it's just a lot of things. And, like, each team, aside from, like, Chivas, is, like, South American for the most part, you know. So it just makes it hard. And that's why I feel like, but, yeah. I mean, what was his name? Hector Moreno said this a long time ago. He's like, you know, instead of leaving it was something along the lines of like he left for Europe and really fought for his spot, and he was successful. Hector Moreno had a good career as for a Mexican, you know, and I feel like he has the right to say what he said. I know a lot of people got offended after that. I forgot who it was exactly. It was a while ago, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Mexican league just has the history, the history, the money, and Mexico is just like a nice place to live in, you know, like you're not. I feel like it's, especially I feel like for a lot of South American players, you know, you come to Mexico and you make a name for yourself, people are going to love you there. People love, what's his name, he was the Toluca's coach for a while? Cardoso. People love him in Mexico.
Yeah, I remember, like, he was amazing, right?
Yeah, so I feel like for South Americans, it's always going to be more attractive. Yeah. But like I said, it's just a matter of time before.
No, but they have brought Europeans lately. Sergio Canales plays for Monterrey. He was a child prodigy for Real Madrid when they signed him, like 2010 or something like that.
And then America got that Spanish dude. I forget his name. He played for Madrid too. For Castilla.
Solari. Yeah, he was a coach. So yeah, like if the only things like if Mexicans want to bring like good European talent, they could because they have the money.
Oh, they have the money. Yeah,
they have the money. So
well, he came from Marseille straight to Tigres.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, you don't really see those jumps anymore. So
so that'll make it hard for anybody. Like, why go get paid less money there when I can be in my home country, eating my own food, loving my own woman, and get paid 10 times more than going to Spain or somewhere, fighting for your spot, don't know what to eat, like
no family.
Yeah, England only got his chips. Fish and chips.
The food
is trash.
I forgot who said it. I think it was Salcido. One of the players that went to the Netherlands, they're like, the food here is not good. They just hated it. They hated it. Yeah. But for that reason also, I feel like I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I feel like a lot of people disrespect Chicharito too much.
Oh, he's a legend.
Legend. A lot of people don't like. A lot of Mexicans don't like him. It's like rough to hear, you know. Like, but I respect him a lot because he left and he fought for his spot. Multiple teams. Yeah. Man U. I feel like Madrid could have used him.
Yeah, like he's a good goal scorer to the point where like if put him around good players, he would do good things.
Yeah, he's gonna score. Yeah,
he scored like I think like out of the 13 games, was there something like that wrong?
It was
like 10 goals.
6 goals.
Something.
No, more. It was
something like that. Yeah. But he played great. He had
golazos.
A brace in one game.
Against Deportivo, did 2 golazos. I remember. Yeah.
How do you feel about him being back with Chivas?
It's been rough. It's been rough to see my Chicharito like that, man. But this is homecoming, you know. But I was really excited when he came back because I was like, man, I wish he would have came to Chivas instead of Galaxy. Yeah, I feel like he would have done a lot more. I feel like he just wasted it.
But the Mexican media, they will hype up a player, but the minute you're a little bit not the same player,
they tear you down.
They'll disrespect you badly.
Disrespectful, Mexican media is rough too.
Yeah, it's like that. Like I feel like the tabloid scrutiny in the countries that are like extremely passionate about their soccer. Like you see it in England as well. Like England tabloids are crazy.
They're crazy.
Spanish tabloids, they just say straight up disrespectful stuff. Yeah. Like the Spanish media is up there with some of the most disrespectful stuff that you'll ever see. Yeah. I mean the way that they treat Vinicius, like it's wild to see the media treatment of, you know, players, and then it's always just like they're making so much money, like you think that they can just brush it off, but like you're seeing this, you know, millions and millions of people are reading this stuff about you, and people are like, it could be completely made up, but because it's you know, Chicharito or whoever, it's like, oh, I believe that people have their opinions and they're willing to make, you know, they want to believe in the stuff that they already are want to believe in.
I believe American tabloids are still behind that because like NFL player, basketball player, they don't get away with anything. Like there's been some news that have gone under the table for soccer players and nobody will find out just because they don't pay importance to it.
Yeah. I mean, but I also think that even with, it's different. Like the American media it's not as like scandalous or there's obviously, you know,
defamation lawsuits are real.
That too. I mean, I think that's a big part of it is the lawsuits, but still, like you will see, you know, your occasional wild headline and like rumors, and people love that stuff. People are gonna buy it, and so there's a sensational like sense to American media, but it's not. It's like even with NFL or NBA or some of the bigger sports leagues, like it's not compared to some of the stuff that you know, like David Beckham was going through, or you know, like all these like big players that are like heavily scrutinized. Like it's crazy to see some of the you know the tabloid headlines.
Yeah. Seeing Giovanni Dos Santos get in the car drunk, the heck, like, probably one of my best memories of the tabloid.
Man, Dos Santos, what a crazy what talent, man.
Yeah, he was winning in the streets and in the field.
He did it with Belinda, no? He did it Belinda.
Did he?
He did Everybody.
He did a lot of people, yeah.
So what about in the Europe? So we talk Mexican Mexican League and MLS a little bit. What about Europe? I know we spoke briefly at that one event. You're an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, but, I am an Arsenal
fan. What is your history watching European soccer, and like how do you?
Why Arsenal though?
So my dad is a Barcelona fan, and you know, I would watch Madrid play with Madrid Barca play all the time, and I just kind of stuck to Madrid. I forgot why, but I like the idea of supporting Madrid. I don't.
Going against your dad.
Going against my dad. So I just became a Madrid fan. But Arsenal, because my first video game I got was FIFA 09. no, 07 on the PSP, and Thierry Henry was still at Arsenal. And obviously my name's Henry. So as I chose, like I stuck to that. And then he left to Barca, which was kind of rough. But at that point, like once I got like access to YouTube, I would watch like compilations of like Henry. Yeah. And that's why I became an Arsenal fan. And then, what was it, 2014 hit? 2016, and we just went down. Like, dude, I would wake up at 4 a.m. to watch us lose 5-0. Like, that was hard. Being an Arsenal fan was rough, dude, for a long time.
It's like being a Man U fan right now.
Nah, but Man U's worse. Like,
they're going through.
Yeah, like,
Henry's like, I wouldn't even wake up for that.
Nah, like, we never reached 13th place at this point in the season. Like, we were at 8th, the lowest. And I remember when Arsenal was hitting 8th there, so we were like, oh, it's not a big 6 team anymore. Not a big 6 team anymore. Leicester's going to take their spot. Nobody's talking about like that about Man U, man. Man U is still a big team, quote unquote. When was the last time they won the league? What was it, 2014?
13.
13 with Robin Van Persie, right? That was their last time they won the league. I don't think Man U is going to do anything soon. They need a huge change. I think Ronaldo was right about like they need a structural change, but I don't think
what Amorim's saying. Amorim's saying like...
Yeah, and I respect him a lot for having like the balls to say that in the press. And that's another thing. I see it a lot on Twitter, and I can see it like, you know, how you have Neville like chiming in on United all the time. You know, like I feel like Arsenal legends kind of stick out of the way, which is good. I feel like a lot of Man U legends still have an influence on the team.
For sure.
Another thing is also...
that 8, was it like that Beckham era of players that came out that...
Yeah, the whole... what was his name? The coach, Alex Ferguson. His whole like... well, Ferguson is still at every game, and he's like in the dressing room and stuff. I don't think, you know, like... Imagine Wenger was still in the... Like, yeah, nah, go home. Like, your time is done, you know? Like, let the team flourish without you.
It's like with the super seniors still trying to come back to the varsity.
6 years?
You're still here?
Yeah, but I mean, like that is a good point though, because like even like Ferdinand is always talking about the team.
Yeah, that was absolutely to say.
And it's not just because they are in like prominent like places in media now, because like I mean Thierry Henry is on the Champions League coverage, and he's not. There isn't that like.
He's not. Arsenal's not his focus.
Right. There seems to be like a brotherhood or a frat, like a fraternity type. The way that like former Man U players will talk about it. You know, it's like when you play for a team and then you're watching that team play again, and you're like, oh, these guys aren't as good as us.
You gotta understand.
You know what I mean?
For Man U, it's like they went from like that Beckham era of Beckham being one of the better players in the world, and then it transitioned straight to Cristiano Ronaldo. So like they always been that big team because they always had that big team player. And after 2014, they haven't had a player that has been top 5 in the league, or like that can make a big difference. That you will say this guy's probably leading soccer right now.
Yeah, and I mean I think they've tried to spend for that. Like
Anthony was not it.
Yeah, but I mean, even before Anthony, you know, like Paul Pogba, like when he was with Juventus and when he played for France,
injuries,
and it's also the way they used him though. They try to put him as like a holding mid, and he's like, when you look at him, like there's no way like that. How is that?
He's great going forward,
you know. But there's that. I mean, they were spending a lot of money. They sold a lot of their young players off as well,
and that's what made them good, bringing their young players.
Well, Rashford was supposed to be that.
Yeah, and I mean, he kind of was there. You know, for a while. It was just really up and down. He'd have a really good season, and then all of a sudden, it's just like, you know, like he would regress, then he'd come back, and then like, you know, and so now, like, I hate to see the way he's gone out now, because when he's playing at the top of his game, he's really a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, he is fun.
I think it's time to move teams.
But yeah, I mean, now he's being forced out at this point. So
another thing with Man U, like the team, the player doesn't give him what they want. Even though it's still good numbers, they will force them out one way or another.
Yeah. It's been a rough spell for them, but
it makes me happy. Yeah, it does. I hate
vindication. Julio's a little heartbreaking.
Yeah,
you're a Man U fan.
I'm a Man U fan. Growing up, I had the Beckham double ponytail.
Well, I started hating him because when I got access to YouTube, I saw the cheating scandals. Man, you guys were
the referee stuff.
That was crazy. I forgot what game it was. When
everybody cheats.
It ended Arsenal's unbeaten streak. That was that's like blatant cheating. That was
if you ever cheated on your girlfriend, you cannot talk about cheating.
Why are you throwing accusations?
I'm saying general for everybody.
Whoever's listening.
Henry's like, speak for yourself.
That's why I can't get mad at Manu.
In the VAR era, though, that would never
Yeah.
fly. Yeah. I'm a big fan of VAR, I would say. I don't like it in the English league. I think they handle it really, really
Yeah. The thing is, like, I just don't like how it's overly used. I do like the spirit of the law still. Like, like those, like, the toenail was offside. Right. So, like, I would like that to be still, like, you let the ref review it, but like.
Well, how do you guys feel about Arsene Wenger saying that, like, as long as your foot is aligned and if your body's forward,
that doesn't make a difference, yo.
So his rule, I think, is still crazy, because it'll just completely switch things around.
Yeah, because you're like,
and it's even harder to referee because you're, as a ref, you're trained to I guess now they don't even call it until like they'll call it super late, right? Yeah. But still, like, you're gonna have to, like, switch over, whatever 15, 20 years of referee like referees training. Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's definitely hard, and I do think I agree with Julio, where it's like you see these, like, extremely minuscule, like, minute.
Like the little back of the head is
offside. It's hard. It's hard to implement because you do want the call. You want the right call to be made.
Yeah.
You do want that,
but it also takes away from the game.
It does take away. Like
Maradona's goal would never have happened if it wasn't.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite offside goal?
I have a favorite. I guess not a favorite, but the one, like, offside goal that I think about every time. It was called offside, but it wasn't offside. It was
the Chelsea one.
No, so this is, like I said, this is it's always the first one that comes to my mind because it was just, I was watching it live and I remember thinking like that was one of the great like best goals I've seen. It was a women's game, actually. It was the U.S. women's national team. They're playing Mexico, and they have this crazy build-up, like, from the back. Yeah. I think it was Roosevelt, like, almost, it looks like she died. Like, she gets her foot on the ball and, like, defender just lowers her shoulder on them. And, like, she falls over but gets the pass off. They make, like, two back heels, and then Kristen Press scores the goal. It was, like, a crazy, like, maybe 7 or 8 pass goal. And it gets called back. There's no, like, even close to offside. And the referee, like, later,
it was called offside.
I just messed up. But that's the first one that comes to my mind when it comes to that. But there's a bunch. There's I mean, you're talking about Mexico. This was an offside, but there's the whole
no era penal.
No era penal.
That's the first thing that came.
I don't know. I think it was, though. He stepped on him.
I think it was, but it was very harsh. Dude, that goal broke my heart.
Sold it.
Yeah.
He sold it.
He sold it.
He did.
I saw the Rafa Marquez documentary, and he stepped on him, though.
No era penal.
It's crazy how, like, Mexicans still have, like, that, like,
yeah.
Every time that date happens, like, just like on social media, they just post.
Right. Yeah.
At this day, no era penal is still, like
for every Dia de los Muertos, it's part of the
2010.
altar.
It's like been 15 years.
That was our golden generation, dude.
Yeah,
no, they did have a good team.
That was a great team, man. Rafa's last tournament.
Still playing at a high
Moreno
level.
was still doing good.
Yeah.
Massa was good.
Did Vela go to that World Cup?
He decided not to.
I don't think so.
That's probably one of the best Mexican talent that never liked playing for Mexico.
Bro, he just hates soccer.
It's not that. Like, no, it's not about hating soccer, but like going back to, like, Mexican media, they had a scandal with bringing, like,
so that was
bringing ladies of the night into the
and
hotel.
they wanted to blame all the younger, and he was like, I'm not going back to.
Yeah, no, because he
I understand why, and I would have stuck to him. Yeah.
He didn't do anything. Like, he had a wife and a family, like, and the Mexicans was trying to throw it on him because he was a young guy. He's like, heck no.
And it was all the nasty older players.
Yeah.
The nasty older players.
It was like Fidel and all them.
So, like, they try to blame it on him, like, and the younger guys take the blame. And he's like, no, like, I got a wife and kids that I got to worry about when I go back home.
We talked about this on previous podcasts, but I really appreciate his work-life balance. Like, he's like,
he uses his PTO for sure.
He's like when it comes to athletes, like, like, sometimes you can be preternaturally gifted. Like, he has all the talent in the world. Like, we've seen it, but, like,
bro, he was on leave, and then they were like, "Hey, you better come back, or you're gonna get fired." And he goes to the last 2 games of the season for LAFC.
Like, that's a PTO king. Like, we love that. We love that.
He knows how to work the system.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of offside goals, though, mine is Chicharito against France, 2010 World Cup. Oh. Yeah, that game. I was actually watching highlights today, and that goal came up again. But dude, I scrammed like for like is that the right word? Scrammed.
Yeah.
I
Dude,
yelled.
my apartment building just like exploded when that goal went in. Yeah, I remember that goal. very
Everybody was
well.
going crazy.
Yeah, one of my favorite chicha was outside, but it was against France.
Yeah.
In the World Cup.
Yeah, I can't think of an offside goal.
Yeah, I don't know if I can recall a specific one, but I think if I had to pick anything, it would have to be anything related to the World Cup, because I think anything offside related, like penalty related, just like calls related that come or happen in the World Cup, you always remember those, because it's like every 4 years. Yeah, it stands out. It's every 4 years. We're talking about, you know, people's like home or like home, people's country that like they're like hardcore rooting for.
With that same World Cup, Argentina scored an offside goal against Mexico. Carlos Tevez in that same World Cup, 2010.
Was that the Maxi Lopez off the chest?
No, that was 2006.
All right.
Yeah, Argentina has messed Mexico up too much, man.
Yeah.
Last World
still
Cup,
to this day.
2010, 2006. Yeah, dude.
Mexicans love Messi.
Messi said it.
I will say though, I think Messi is the greatest of all time, dude.
Yeah, he is. I'm a Real Madrid fan, but
I'm a Real Madrid fan. I'm a Mexico fan, and I'm an Arsenal fan.
100%.
He has messed all three of my teams up, like back to back to back.
Yeah.
Like he would get the ball and I'd get nervous. Like Messi, greatest of all time for sure.
I agree.
Yeah.
We were just doing a youth camp last week, and dude, that's still like these kids are. He's probably in 4th grade. So
talking about
9 years old.
Messi?
Talking about Messi or Ronaldo. That's the first thing, because you know he saw me with the soccer balls like walking in. He goes Messi or Ronaldo, and I go Messi. And dude, this kid lost his mind. Like I think he must be like I Show Speed fan, because he goes what, like literally like an I Show Speed reaction. And then he starts going like just going, and then all of a sudden like he just had all of his friends like going, and they're on. I go, oh my, this is gonna be one of those camps. But
I feel like young kids like Ronaldo till they grow up, and you realize Messi is great for sure. I was a Ronaldo.
It depends on the style of soccer you like to play, though.
Yeah.
Like scoring goals, he specimen. Like, like I can jump. But like if he's like looking silky with the ball, just like creating just that aura. Messi has all that.
Yeah, I think it also is a generational thing, because I feel like growing up for me, I was a Messi fan because I was a Barca fan. So for me, it was like Messi came from Barca. Messi had Messi and Barca carried themselves way differently compared to like any team that Ronaldo was on, and that was like what I saw, what I compared it to as I was growing up. And I feel like nowadays, like generations in recent times are seeing more of the aesthetic of the player, the social media of the player, the way that they carry themselves. Like it's a different add-on that you see about the player, and we've talked about this, how like we see more of their lives and who they are
creating YouTube
on platforms. Exactly. So I feel like a lot of that carries more weight nowadays.
Okay, for sure.
Do you have any artists that were actual ball players, like any type of sports, that music that you follow?
I gotta think.
Because that Tweaker Jello album song is going crazy.
Yeah. We were just talking about
Jello. Yeah, that's a crazy song.
So the whole like music and
sport,
like crossover, where you see like, you know, Memphis Depay is coming out with, he's making music.
He's a rapper.
Videos. Like
Shaq with his platinum album.
Shaq won platinum.
Can't Stand the Rain. That was a song.
John Cena count?
John Cena. I think John Cena's an athlete. John Cena is an athlete.
Straight up athlete.
The Rock also had a couple of.
It's about grind. It's about babe. Come on, man.
I'm trying to think who actually. I heard Peso Pluma was like.
He was like it's supposed to be Chivas Academy.
Yeah. They have also like a lot of, you know, the UK rappers. They
were all like I don't know too much about UK.
What are your thoughts on that? On like the blend between sports and music? Like, did you ever consider that being a part of what you do now? Did you ever notice it? And if not, like, when did you start to notice that correlation?
I feel like basketball was more like, because I was a hip hop head, so like basketball was just bigger. I wasn't a basketball fan. I was always a soccer person. So I didn't really like make that connection growing up. And then I feel like now, when I did start DJing, I was like, I want to involve soccer as much as I can into this. And that's where I'm at now. But I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, if I ever did want to like do it. I mean, the Ambiente thing we did say like we want to sell soccer jerseys and stuff, just like regular shirts. So that's just trying to involve. We actually are planning a FIFA tournament right now.
Oh, okay.
Through Ambiente.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We eventually want to do like a soccer tournament. You know, we host one and invite like Paisa boys. You do your own team and come join a 6v6 tournament. You know, that's what I'm trying to do personally with the Ambiente stuff, because we want to do more than just parties. We want to do workshops. You know, teach people how to DJ or like soccer stuff. So that's why I'm trying to do it now.
Yeah.
But I don't think I ever thought about it when I first started, but now I'm getting all these opportunities, might as well take advantage of them.
Yeah. I think even when I went to the Ambiente Central, I noticed that there was a lot of people there that were dressed up with a lot of jerseys.
They were
in
their
parents' town.
Yeah.
Wearing their jerseys,
exactly. Like repping like their like Central American country or like the Mexican or just even like every Salvi team,
Guatemalan teams.
Yeah, which was dope to see too, because I think because we're in the sports world and we love music as well, to see that in a like vibe space like that was
especially like because of those Central American teams. It's more like if you know type stuff.
Yeah.
Like we don't, Salvadorian soccer, Guatemalan soccer, like are not going on. If it ain't Comunicaciones, FAS, Alianza. So like, if it ain't the bigger teams, like you will not know a Cobán Imperial jersey or a Milco, whatever they have in Guatemala, or a Limeño jersey from El Salvador, like smaller teams that they don't have the history playing Coca Champions. So it's great to see people repping it and bringing like their town's jerseys.
Yeah, I saw a Santa Tecla jersey.
Yeah.
I've never seen one in person, and I saw it.
Santa Tecla, that's more of the richer side of El Salvador.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like just bringing that, like showing, like you can tell, like, oh, you're from there just because of their soccer jerseys. Like,
like you're not gonna wear this if you're not from
and nobody
there.
will know unless you're Salvadorian or you're Guatemalan or you're Central American.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. That's what I enjoyed more about it. Just like, cool, like these jerseys are popping out, and like they are heavy on the sponsorships on these. Domino's is probably on almost every logo.
Jess brought me back a jersey from Guatemala, from where her family's from. I can't remember right now.
Pepsi, like Domino's.
And it's just like filled with.
They get all that real estate. Yeah.
We'll wear it to the podcast one day, but it's like filled. But I love it though. It just reminds me of
That's why I
like
Mexican jerseys. It's just everything slapped. Like Pachuca they went to the Club World Cup and they had to only do one sponsor. Yeah. It looks boring. It looks boring.
No,
it's not the same.
Yeah. But I like all the sponsor slaps, everything.
They sell every part of that jersey, I swear. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, Henry, we're running low on time, but before we wrap up, we always talk about every guest we have, we discuss what's on their playlist. So I feel like this is a little bit more even relevant for you, you know, being into music. And also, who are some of the artists that you're listening to currently? What's in your rotation?
Well, you guys know who Larry June is?
Oh yeah, we love Larry.
Larry June is probably one of like the top 4 like responses we get on here. Like,
I love it.
There was like, especially when that his last album came out, that was like every week it was like Larry June. Yeah, I'm always listening to Larry June. A lot of the West Coast stuff right now since Kendrick dropped. I got into all that stuff again. You know, stuff that I haven't listened to in a while. Do you guys know like Jay Worthy? Yeah. All of them. I listen to them like on my daily. But if I'm like at home cleaning and stuff, I'll do some punta. But yeah, that's kind of it. New music, the Bad Bunny album was good. I liked it a lot. I liked all the salsa. I've been on a lot of salsa lately too. But
Jay Worthy just sampled that new flavor year with Jay Worthy and the Whoops, or what was the song?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. With his all the Bloods and
oh yeah, the people that were red, the red affiliate.
I was like,
the red affiliate.
The red affiliate. No, but they sampled a flavor in your ear. So and it was just different people from different red sets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was a good song.
Interesting.
It was I believe it was flavor in your ear, but it was like 5 different artists. It was like Jay Worthy, Meet the something.
I haven't listened to it.
Yeah, but it's a good song.
Really? I'll listen to it.
Yeah, I like Jay Worthy as well.
I love Jay Worthy.
Probably one of the newer rappers that I.
You know what's funny? You know where he's from? He's Canadian.
Oh.
Do you know who Grimes is?
The like Elon Musk's ex-wife.
That's his stepsister.
What?
Like it's weird. Yeah, he's from Canada, bro, and he's
I thought he was.
He's from Vancouver. He moved to Compton.
Oh, yeah, I know he rep Compton.
He reps Compton, but he's from
Dang.
Canada. It's crazy.
That's like some 21 Savage stuff.
Yeah, 21 Savage from the UK.
From England, yeah.
Dude, but I mean, then you like listen to some of his lyrics, and it's like, okay, that kind of makes sense because he's
It
dropping.
starts to click.
I think was it he just dropped a Manu that's like the 7-0.
Yeah. He's always mentioning Arsenal.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't know-
is.
I
He
see
is.
that.
Yeah.
Isn't his dad like a doctor, 21 Savage? Like, he came out on the Breakfast Club with an interview. Like,
Oh, really?
I was just on the whole little dive about
Yeah,
his life.
he's one of the men. Them.
Yeah.
He's,
Mendham?
yeah.
Do you guys like UK drill?
He does.
So
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't say I'm like into it, but Dave.
I like Dave.
Dave
cool.
is like really
Yeah.
really good.
Central
C, like
I think he's hard.
yeah, he's coming out with a new album. I'm excited for it.
I don't like Central C too much.
Yeah, no, I just know that one song about his guy not being gay.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's not homophobic.
Oh, my bad.
No,
At the lyric drop.
good.
I don't like too much 2K
But-
UK
but-
rap.
Yeah, but then like I'll hear people like making fun of it, and then I'm like, oh, like it has like the same like
Takes out.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's not the same music, to be
Bro,
completely
not
honest.
Drewski skit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was dying.
I know, I can't take them
cannot.
too serious, dude. I know.
But like Skepta,
I love Skepta.
Yeah,
I do love Skepta.
I do like
Shout out
Skepta.
Skepta.
So I would say I have a very like surface level like appreciation
Yeah,
of it,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I do I try to like Stormzy's also he's got some
Stormzy's- yeah.
but yeah, so like I enjoy it, but like I don't like I wouldn't.
It's not like on your rotation.
Yeah,
playlist.
well, or I mean, not even that, but it's like I have like 5 artists, and then like anything deeper than that is just over my head. So
Yeah.
and then it kind of does like a little bit repetitive, but you could say that about
A lot of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
So but it is like the jokes are funny. Like
The jokes are really funny.
listen, Henry. I feel like I say this, or I don't say this to a lot, but this is like the time went by super quick, and we could
Yeah, it flew by.
we have you back for another hour if we wanted to,
Part
but maybe we do part 2 moving
Yeah,
forward,
we're down.
or even do a live like Ambiente
Central, yeah,
Central.
yeah,
We
Yeah.
definitely do that because there's definitely a lot more that I have written down on this that we didn't get
Maybe
into.
we go
yet,
poke
so
into next time.
so,
He has nothing written down.
I'm actually watching. I'm watching highlights
His
right now.
laptop died like his
hour
laptop
ago.
died like 2
I'm watching
hours ago.
Family Guy actually.
He just Googled how to end the pod.
But Henrry Rza, thank you so much for taking the time to
Thank you,
to
guys.
join the show. This has been another episode of the Urban Pitch Podcast Live, part of the Believe Network. For Julio Monterosa, Henrry Rza, Bridget Flores, I'm Ramsey Abushala. We'll see you next week.
Bye.